everybody. Welcome to Season 1, Episode 4 of My Cadaver's Horror Pub Trivia. I'm Mike Cadaver.
And I'm Betty Cadaver. And tonight we're doing the second to last episode of Season 1.
So, Episode 4, we've got some good Episodes 4 and some film series. We got Friday the 13th, the final chapter. We've got A Nightmare on Elm Street, Dream Master. We got The Bride of Chucky.
Ooh, what about Hellraiser 4, Bloodline?
Okay, well, maybe I'll give that to you because we get the little insight into the Le Marchand box in Angelique.
Okay. Omen 4, The Awakening.
All right, you're going to give me an aneurysm. So why don't we just move on? You feeling good? You ready to go for today?
Oh yeah, so let's get into these rounds. The first one is the warm-up round. And then we're going to jump into holiday horror. And then the classics.
Well, sweet. So before we get into it, why don't I explain how this
Mr. Cadaver! We literally have TG in the basement.
Are you serious? I
Tell
do
them
this
all about it.
every episode. It's like we have a gorilla in the basement. It's not like you can hide it, okay? There's a gorilla in the basement that does one thing, and why don't we go ahead and allow him to do it right now?
Hi, me Trivia Gorilla. Me tell you how to play horror trivia. There are 3 rounds of 10 questions. We'll ask the questions and give you 15 seconds to answer, with a spot to pause the video if you need more time. After all the questions in the round have been asked and you've had a chance to answer, we'll go over the questions again with the correct answer. There will be a break between rounds. Obviously, you're welcome to play this trivia any way you want. But here are a couple of suggestions. Grab a pen and paper and keep track of your answers as they come in, and keep score however you want. Or go on your phone to trivia.corpsecollective.com and use that website to create a game session for you and your friends to play together wherever you are. Just know that the questions on the app are multiple choice, so it may be easier if you go to the website. You'll see a link as to how to use the app. Click that if you have any questions. The app will grade and score your answers and let you know how you did versus your friends. So, Trivia Gorilla says, have fun.
All right, everyone, let's get ready for round 1.
You know, I was just thinking before we get into this real quick. Did you happen to feed TG today?
You know, I did. We went out to lunch and had some papa beans and a nice Chianti.
Ugh.
Good luck!
Question number 1. What Rolling Stones ballad is sung by the demon Azazel as he possesses bodies in the 1998 film Fallen, starring Denzel Washington? Question number 2. What 1986 horror movie features cameos from Ozzy Osbourne and Gene Simmons? Question number 3. What is the name of the main character who studies witchcraft in the TV show Buffy the Vampire Slayer? Number 4. What 2014 horror comedy is about beavers becoming zombies? Number 5. Name the movie. What's in the box? Number 6. In the 1986 film Chopping Mall, what attacks a group of teens who are trapped inside a mall after it closes? Number 7. What 2012 film stars Ethan Hawke as a true crime writer and features a demon named Bagul? Number 8. What 2016 film centers around a father and son coroner team that investigates the death of an unidentified beautiful female corpse? Number 9. What 1983 slasher film ended with a gender-bending twist by the lakeside? Number 10. What 2009 film followed a family who adopted a girl named Esther who wasn't what she seemed? Question number 1. What Rolling Stones ballad is sung by the demon Azazel as he possesses bodies in the 1998 film Fallen starring Denzel Washington? Time is on my side. Fallen is an example of a higher budget Hollywood horror movie. It stars Denzel Washington, John Goodman, Donald Sutherland, along with others. However, that doesn't take anything away from this film, which currently has a 7.0 on IMDb. Question number 2. What 1986 horror movie features cameos from Ozzy Osbourne and Gene Simmons? Trick or Treat. Man, this movie is perfect for its time. In the middle of the satanic panic and moral outrage sweeping across the United States, the De Laurentiis group puts out a movie where a dead rock star in hell talks to a teenager from beyond the grave via playing a record backwards. Question number 3. What is the name of the main character who studies witchcraft in the TV show Buffy the Vampire Slayer? Willow Rosenberg. From 1997 to 2003, 7 seasons of Buffy the Vampire Slayer were produced and released. Based on a movie which came out in 1992, this was a huge hit at that time. This was so successful that video games, novelizations, and comics were also produced, all based on Joss Whedon's creation. Number 4. What 2014 horror comedy is about beavers becoming zombies? Zombeavers. You got the old toxic waste spilled in a river and it makes the beavers turn into zombies treatment. Add fun, gore, and babes in bikinis, and you have yourself a heck of a good time. Number 5. Name the movie. What's in the box? 7 from 1995. David Fincher isn't exactly known for his sunny disposition shining through into his films, but 7 is truly full of despair. I realize this show has a ton of spoilers that came through with all the questions that are asked. However, if there's a chance you haven't seen 7 yet, there's no way you should know what is, in fact, in the box. Number 6. In the 1986 film Chopping Mall, what attacks a group of teens who are trapped inside a mall after it closes? Security robots. I'm not sure if there's any chopping, but there's definitely a mall in this 1986 horror comedy directed by Jim Wynorski. This is actually one of Wynorski's less filthy entries in his filmography. He's definitely known for his exploration of boobies that are shown in many of his movies with titles like The Witches of Brestwick, Alabama Jones, and The Busty Crusade, and my personal favorite, The Bear Wench Project. There's not a lot of confusion to what his specialty really is. Number 7. What 2012 film stars Ethan Hawke as a true crime writer and features a demon named Bagul? Sinister. I read in Forbes that there's a company named Broadband Choices that conducted a quote-unquote scientific study of what the scariest movie of all time is. They measured heart rate by attaching a monitor to a sample of people of varying ages, genders, and walks of life, and had them watch over 1,000 hours of horror movies. Well, the average highest heart rate came from Sinister, so whether you like it or not, it is the scariest movie of all time. It's science. Number 8. What 2016 film centers around a father and son coroner team that investigates the death of an unidentified beautiful female corpse? The Autopsy of Jane Doe. An underrated horror gem, this movie goes places that you will not foresee. Starring Brian Cox and Emile Hirsch is a father-son coroner team who happen upon a mysterious Jane Doe. As they work, they unravel the mystery. Number 9. What 1983 slasher film ended with a gender-bending twist by the lakeside? Sleepaway Camp. So I'm not really sure how they got away with some of the stuff in this movie, even in the 80s. Yeah, we get the wild reveal at the end of the movie, but it's even wilder when the cook sees the new camper showing up and calls him a word that I cannot even bring myself to type or say because it's way too gross even for my ears. Number 10. What 2009 film followed a family who adopted a girl named Esther who wasn't what she seemed? Orphan. Not exactly a baldy. This is a story of Esther and her malevolent nature, all hidden behind an unassuming veneer. This film spawned a sequel in 2022 called Orphan: First Kill.
Everyone has a love that's hard to forget. But for Louise Elmore, it's impossible.
He disappeared the day we were to be married.
He left you on your wedding day?
I didn't say that. Disappeared. There is a difference.
How long has it been since all this happened?
19 years.
Because she is trapped in the horror of her father's twisted mind.
I have never heard you say a kind word to me. I've never even seen you smile.
And what once was love.
Your name is Robert. It's 1960, and we're in love.
Has become torment.
Books that I fingered 100 times before started to come at me like huge, swooping hawks. I destroy them, or they destroy you.
Carrie Snodgrass, in her finest performance since Diary of a Mad Housewife, is a woman caught in the grip of a psychotic nightmare. And the secrets that haunt her are hidden away someplace she must not go. A place where fantasies die and terror is born. When you walk the 13 steps to the attic, you open the door to a deadly nightmare. What is the unthinkable terror waiting in the attic?
Through the ages, the ancient monuments of Egypt have been hunting grounds for archaeologists, tourists, and grave robbers. One by one, the sacred tombs of pharaohs and queens have been violated, yielding their priceless treasures and occult mysteries. But the evil one, Kara, has slept undisturbed for thousands of years, waiting for the awakening.
She must have killed thousands.
Kara must be forever alone. Do not approach Kara, lest your soul be withered.
The inscription was a warning for mankind. For all those who take part in her awakening are doomed. Charlton Heston, obsessed by the awakening, intrudes where no man should go.
I'm frightened.
Susanna York disobeys the ancient warning that threatens to destroy her.
You're going to try the ritual, aren't you?
Stephanie Zimbalist defies the deadly legend and brings forth the terror. The evil one must be forever alone. She must not live again. For 4,000 years, she has been silent and dead and waiting for the awakening. They thought they had buried her forever.
OSI 74. Reach for the...
Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years. I'm rocking my pants, putting suckers in fear, making the tears rain down like a monsoon. Listen to the bass go boom, explosive, overpowering, over the competition. I'm towering, wrecking shop. When I drop these lyrics that'll make you call the cops. Don't you dare stare. You better move. Don't ever compare me to the rest that'll all get sliced and diced. Look into the hypnotic eye.
Our goal is to satisfy your visual appetite and to give you a fix for your visual addiction.
Watching TV, and I'm feeling okay.
Well, hopefully we've shown you things you haven't seen before. Things that make you just go, what the hell was that all about?
I have to admit, I'm pretty stoked for this upcoming round.
The holiday horror?
Yeah. I mean, let's put it this way. Halloween movies are great. They're there. We love them all. But I think some of my favorites have to be Christmas horror movies.
Isn't that supposed to be like everyone's favorite time of the year?
Yeah, but think about it. Me and you cuddling against cold outside. We've got our pumpkin spice lattes. I've got my Diet Dr. Pepper, of course. And we're sitting there watching Killer Santas on the screen.
But what about the little boys and girls who are excited to see if they've been naughty or nice?
First of all, who cares about those little boys and girls? And second of all, haven't they heard?
Christmas Eve is the scariest damn night of the year.
Question number 1. Bob Clark directed both A Christmas Story and the 1974 Christmas slasher movie. What was the name of the slasher movie? Question number 2. What 1984 film proclaims that Christmas Eve is the scariest damn night of the year? Question number 3. What holiday-themed movie contained 5 interwoven stories that occur on the same block on the same night? Question number 4. What is the name of the ancient horned demonic spirit who punishes those who have lost the Christmas spirit in this 2015 neoclassic? Question number 5. What was the name of the 1996 film where a serial killer mutates into a killer snowman? Question number 6. This 1993 horror comedy, starring a young Jennifer Aniston, involves an annoying vengeful creature who believes a family has stolen his pot of gold. Question number 7. What Canadian horror film's killer is rumored to be a minor? Question number 8. What 1980 slasher film features a new wave and punk show host who receives a series of phone calls during the televised New Year's Eve's bash from a killer? This Thanksgiving horror movie from 1987 deals with a twin who escapes a mental institution to go on a murder spree in an apartment complex. Question number 10. This 1989 Christmas-themed horror movie that has never been released on anything except VHS at the time of this writing deals with Killer Santa's helpers. Question number 1. Bob Clark directed both A Christmas Story and the 1974 Christmas slasher movie. What was the name of the slasher movie? Black Christmas. Bob Clark has to be one of the most adaptable filmmakers out there. In 1974, he directed what some are calling the first slasher film, Black Christmas. Then he went and directed one of the most prolific Christmas family comedy movies, A Christmas Story, in 1983. He also had success with 1983's Porky's and 1972's Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things. Question number 2. What 1984 film proclaims that Christmas Eve is the scariest damn night of the year? Silent Night, Deadly Night. Filmed right here in the Cadaver Tavern's backyard, this is me and my husband's favorite Christmas movie. We watch it every Christmas season as we're nestled in front of the fire. There's just something about how we both find a young man's PTSD entertaining that really brings our family close. Also, Linnea Quigley's boobs. Question number 3. What holiday-themed movie contained 5 interwoven stories that occur on the same block on the same night? Trick or Treat, 2007. Actually, a quite clever anthology film, presented in more of a Tarantino style than an Amicus style. Each of the mini stories intertwine gracefully. Unfortunately, it seems like Sam, the pumpkin-headed Halloween overseer, never really made it to Halloween icon status, but there may still be time. Question number 4. What is the name of the ancient horned demonic spirit who punishes those who have lost the Christmas spirit in this 2015 neoclassic? Krampus, in Central European lore, is a half-goat, half-demon monster that punishes misbehaving children at Christmas time. Krampus has its origins in the 12th century, but it seems like there haven't been too many horror movies that feature him until the last 20 years or so. With such seemingly fertile ground for the story involving Krampus, it's a wonder why there are so many terrible films that feature the monster. Question number 5. What was the name of the 1996 film where a serial killer mutates into a killer snowman? Jack Frost. Borrowing from the storyline of Child's Play, a serial killer's essence finds a home in the body of a snowman. Cheesy one-liners and silly killer scenes fill this sunny 90s slasher from top to bottom. Question number 6. This 1993 horror comedy, starring a young Jennifer Aniston, involves an annoying vengeful creature who believes the family has stolen his pot of gold. Leprechaun. There was an old man in Madras whose balls were made of fine brass. So in stormy weather, they both clanged together and sparks flew out of his arse. I know this was from Leprechaun Part 3, but it's a hell of a limerick, don't you think? Question number 7. What Canadian horror film's killer is rumored to be a minor? My Bloody Valentine, 1981. I realize that most horror fans have heard of this movie, but I still have to say that I think it's an underrated horror slasher. The miner's outfit is perfect for a whodunit slasher movie. If you catch the uncut version, these kills rival any of the film's contemporaries. Question number 8. What 1980s slasher film features a new wave and punk show host who receives a series of phone calls during the televised New Year's Eve's bash from a killer? New Year's Evil. All eyes are on Pinky Tuscadero in this one. Wait, I don't know who Pinky Tuscadero is. Mike wrote this, and I have no idea what he's talking about because he's old. Anyway, this is an international horror fest, when a killer calls in and vows to kill one naughty girl at the stroke of midnight in each time zone. Decent story if you ask me. Too bad the movie stinks. This Thanksgiving horror movie from 1987 deals with a twin who escapes a mental institution to go on a murder spree in an apartment complex. Blood Rage. We'll also accept Nightmare at the Shadow Woods and Slasher as the name. Can we get more Thanksgiving horror movies, please? This movie has the old which is the good twin and which is the evil twin switcheroo story. The poor mother in this movie constantly looks haggard while giving up the goods in search for a stepdad for her kids. Like she's at the end of her rope trying to keep everything together. All this started because she wanted to make out with her boyfriend at the drive-in. She can't catch a break. Question number 10. This 1989 Christmas-themed horror movie that has never been released on anything except VHS at the time of this writing deals with Killer Santa's helpers. Elves. This movie stars Grizzly Adams himself, Dan Haggerty. There have been no official DVD or Blu-ray releases of this film as of yet. I have no idea why. It sounds amazing. Just listen to the synopsis. When teenager Kirsten accidentally cuts her hand during an anti-Christmas pagan ritual with her friends, her spilled blood awakens an ancient demonic Christmas elf. The elf is a central figure in modern-day neo-Nazi plot to finally bring around the master race with which Hitler has always dreamed of conquering the world. Rather than a race of pure-blood Aryans, it is revealed that Hitler instead dreamed of a race of half-human, half-elf hybrids. I'd watch that in a second.
Pretty, isn't it? The beaches of LA, playground of America, until this beach turned into a living nightmare.
You said creature. Why did you use that word?
I don't know. What would you call it?
Blood Beach, man.
Yeah, right on.
Blood Beach.
The beach is a weird beat for us cops. You've got the kids, the old people, the street fiddlers, those singles, the crazies all lost in their own world. There was every form of human life on this beach.
Madras Bermudas, bleeding madras. They were kind of old, but they were his favorite pair. They were still in good condition.
But under the beach, there was this horrible thing. And we still haven't figured it out.
What the hell are we looking for?
I don't know. But maybe if we dig deep enough, we'll find out.
We police always look for the obvious, but this wasn't normal. Nah, not even for California.
Doctors figure that there's been considerable brain damage.
How considerable?
Vegetable soup. When something like this is chasing you,
If it's human, or even if it's animal, it's got to have a place to go back to.
Kind of sad the way things have changed, huh, Mr. Sullivan?
if there was any hope, we didn't have it. We didn't know a damn thing.
It's when you thought it was safe to go back in the water, you can't get to it.
There comes a time when you throw out all the rules and you make your move. Blood Beach? It's an okay place to visit, but I wouldn't want to die there.
Blood Beach. David Huffman, Mariana Hill, John Saxon, and Burt Young as Lieutenant Boyko. Blood Beach, where the water may be the safest place to be.
Blood eaters are out there. They are coming, hunting, searching out fresh prey. Without feeling, without mercy, they track their victims down. Nothing will prepare you for the horror of these butchers of the damned. Nothing will protect you from the terror of the blood eaters. See Blood Eaters.
What the hell do you think you're doing? Dragging your butt through the day, selling body and soul to a bunch of bland normals? Acting stupid so they'll think you're one of them? Tired of getting all of the guilt, but none of the sex? There is a simple answer, dear friend. A glowing beacon of slack amidst the turmoil and darkness. It's J.R. Bob Dobbs, the living slack master, and his church of the subgenius. Bob brings a new destiny for the abnormal. For Bob comes to justify our sins, to unmask the conspiracy, and to get us back the slack they stole away. It's us versus them. Are you gonna fry in hell on earth alongside the pink boys? Or will you pull the wool over your own eyes and accept Bob into your mind? Repent, quit your job, slack off, and praise Bob!
Church of the Subgenius, eternal salvation, or triple your money back.
Love is kind, love is thoughtful, and love is even forgiving when others hurt us.
I get it. Like God forgives us when we hurt him.
This is J.C. Webster III, God's 10-star general in the war against media pornography. Why are you watching this filth on OSI 74?
want you tonight.
All right, everybody, we are getting to round 3, about to throw a bone to the old heads out there and talk about horror movie classics.
Like the ones from like 20 years ago?
I'm talking about the ones from before 60 years ago.
Like the Stone Age?
Yeah.
Like the ones that you watched when you were a kid?
Hardy har.
Listen, nothing's gonna be as stupid as your emo type knock knock joke last episode.
You know, that's fair. Okay. Number 1. Name the movie based on this line. We all go a little mad sometimes. Question number 2. This 1963 film features killer carnivorous plants and an unusual meteor shower that blinds most of the population. Number 3. This 1958 film takes place in a Swiss resort town where a mysterious radioactive cloud appears to be the cause of a series of decapitations. Name that movie. Number 4. How much money does Vincent Price offer to stay the night in the haunted house to the 5 people he's invited in House on Haunted Hill from 1959? Number 5. Who played the main character in the 1957 film I Was a Teenage Werewolf? Number 6. Which movie from the 1950s did Raymond Burr play a character named Steve Martin? Number 7. This 1954 film features a prehistoric gill man who kidnaps a scientist named Kay and falls in love with her. What is the movie? Number 8. Name the actor who won an Oscar for his portrayal of the title character in Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde from 1932. Number 9. What famous science fiction author wrote the book The Island of Dr. Moreau, that was the basis for 1932's Island of Lost Souls. Number 10. What actor played the main character in The Body Snatcher from 1945? Number 1. Name the movie based on this line. We all go a little mad sometimes. Psycho from 1960. What can be said about Alfred Hitchcock's classic? Not only does this film have a top-notch story and amazing acting, it is one of the most beautiful films to look at. The shot selection, cinematography, and the trick shots are outstanding. Question number 2. This 1963 film features killer carnivorous plants and an unusual meteor shower that blinds most of the population. Day of the Triffids. What is a Triffid? Well, they're alien plants delivered to Earth via meteor shit, as Stephen King might put it. Extraterrestrial plants killing humans. But why? Why would these plants be so dang mad? I guess I'll have to watch this movie to find out. Number 3. This 1958 film takes place in a Swiss resort town where a mysterious radioactive cloud appears to be the cause of a series of decapitations. Name that movie. The Crawling Eye or The Trollenberg Terror. A British film that takes place in the mountains of Switzerland, it does a good job of adding that fear of the unknown angle. When we finally see the monster, you will not be disappointed. Something between something you've seen in The Brain and something out of an H.P. Lovecraft novel. It's thoroughly enjoyable. No wonder the Misfits wrote a song about it, and even created the word decapitizing in their song. Amazing. Number 4. How much money does Vincent Price offer to stay the night in the haunted house to the 5 people he's invited in House on Haunted Hill from 1959? 10,000 buckaroos. Guys, no offense to Mr. Lauren, but you aren't getting me to stay in some haunted house for 10K. At least in the 1999 remake, Mr. Price offers $1 million. One of William Castle's most successful films, sometimes shown in Emergo, which is where the theater swung a human skeleton across the theater on a pulley system. Vincent Price chews the scenery as him and his on-screen wife take jabs at each other. Great entertainment. Number 5. Who played the main character in the 1957 film I Was a Teenage Werewolf? Michael Landon. I guess everybody's got to start somewhere. But how can Michael Landon go on to play the pure and hardened, oh-so-wise Charles Ingalls on TV's Little House on the Prairie? This film was excellent drive-in fodder that had Michael Landon wolfing out. Number 6. Which movie from the 1950s did Raymond Burr play a character named Steve Martin? Godzilla or Gojira from 1954. One of the most enduring film franchises to exist, what started as an atomic terror captured the zeitgeist of the post-war era. This idea from the 50s has spawned a total of 38 films and a number of offshoots and rip-offs. This spawned a whole genre of films as well. Many films that do not feature Godzilla still use the term kaiju to describe their monsters. Number 7. This 1954 film features a prehistoric gill man who kidnaps a scientist named Kay and falls in love with her. What is the movie? Creature from the Black Lagoon. I consider this one of Universal's original classic monsters, even though it was released over 20 years after Universal's Dracula. This also spawned a couple of sequels in Revenge of the Monster from 1955 and The Creature Walks Among Us in 1956. I'm just glad that Guillermo del Toro, in The Shape of Water, finally let us all in on the secret of where the gill man keeps his wiener. Number 8. Name the actor who won an Oscar for his portrayal of the title character in Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde from 1932. Frederick March. It's 1931 or 1932, depending on where you look. This pre-code film was based on the novella by Robert Louis Stevenson. This film shocked audiences with Miriam Hopkins' portrayal of Ivy Pearson, the bar singer. In 1936, it was re-released in theaters with 8 minutes cut out of it by the censors, but thank goodness those 8 minutes have been restored for the VHS and DVD releases. Number 9. What famous science fiction author wrote the book The Island of Dr. Moreau that was the basis for 1932's Island of Lost Souls? H.G. Wells. If there was a category of masters of horror in movies, H.G. Wells is a master of sci-fi horror fantasy in books. We've got The Time Machine, The War of the Worlds, and The Invisible Man amongst so many others. Number 10. What actor played the main character in The Body Snatcher from 1945? Boris Karloff. Probably best known for his portrayal of Frankenstein's monster, Boris Karloff actually had quite the diverse career playing both heroes and villains. In fact, Frankenstein was his 82nd film. He ended up participating in over 170 films over the span of his career and lasted even after his death in 1969, with a few posthumous releases. All right, here we are again at the end of the show, guys. Thank you so much for checking it out and playing along with us. We do have one more episode this season, so hopefully you can check that out.
Make sure to email us at contact@horrorpubtrivia.com with any other feedback.
And also make sure to check out the Corpse Cast at corpsecollective.com. We got Spotify, iTunes, Amazon, wherever else fine podcasts are found.
We'll see you guys at episode 5.
I'm Mike Cadaver.
And I'm Betty Cadaver.
And we will catch you guys later.
You call this power play.